So, GDGoenka Uplearn Academy is a platform to share webinars with people who are stalwarts in their fields to inspire and motivate us to navigate us through these difficult times for our entire GDGoenka community. So, welcome, Sister Shivani.
Om Shanti. Thank you so much.
Om Shanti. We at the GDGoenka group are very honored. Our entire network of teachers, students, parents, and our friends from around India, we are indeed very honored to have you speak to us and help us navigate through these difficult times. I remember when I met Sister Shivani for the first time, it was a few years ago, and I had come to you with so many problems and issues and things I wanted to discuss, and you spoke to me so kindly and so lovingly, and I came out feeling light and happy and at peace inside. And I feel like we all are going through this unprecedented crisis, and everyone is worried about how to keep themselves motivated, how to stay at home. We as educators, we are worried how we can contribute positively to students and teachers. How do we set goals today when we don't know what our future is going to be like? Our parents want to know how to explain this crisis to children and help them deal with emotions they don't understand, how to deal with teenagers at home. Our staff and teachers want to know how they can stay motivated every single day. We all have good days, we all have bad days. And on the bad days, it's hard to keep thinking, when you don't know the future, what's going to happen to us? How do we keep our motivation levels up? So, I think this is the best time to talk to a spiritual guide and guru, and we're very honored to have you. And welcome. And I will hand over to Sister Shivani now, and we will address all the questions right at the end. So please note them down, keep writing them. And Sister Shivani will do a small meditation with us and present us with some affirmations, which we'll post on the group. So over to you, Sister Shivani. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much, Nupur, and lovely to connect with you again here through this platform. We may all be physically away, but when our thoughts and feelings are aligned, when intentions are the same, I think we're very connected. In fact, we are extremely connected now, maybe more than ever before, because everyone is with the same thought process, the same vibration, the same intention of healing, the same intention of getting our planet back to what it used to be, or maybe even much better than what it used to be. So that's our pure intention. Let's take a minute of silence and let's begin our interaction with radiating blessings. Just a minute, pause. Connect to the higher power and radiate blessings to those who have died in the last couple of months. The souls have left the body in the last couple of months. To the families who have lost someone. Our collective vibrations of meditation and blessings and power to them. And powers and blessings to each one who is undergoing the process of healing right now. And blessings and gratitude to each one who's there in the front line, selflessly and tirelessly, taking care, healing people, and protecting the country and the world. Gratitude to each one. Om Shanti. It just takes less than a minute to pause, to remember, and to radiate peace and power to each one who is going through their personal crisis right now. We spend a lot of time thinking and talking about the crisis, about the situation. But let's take out a little time to radiate blessings to each one. Because when we think and talk about the crisis, let's see what happens in terms of vibrations. Each time we think and talk about the crisis in the vocabulary of a crisis, which means these are difficult times, this is a crisis, fear and anxiety is normal, don't know what our future will be. These are our normal, typical conversations right now. And we believe that these are right. This is the truth. So this is how we have to talk about it. And so we're all talking about it. What we're not seeing is the impact that our thoughts, which means our inner conversations and our verbal conversations, are having on our own self and on our people around us and on the world. Our thoughts are not energy which is blocked inside. Our thoughts are vibrations which radiate. Our words are vibrations which radiate. Most of us are locked home, and so we are safe. We are protected. Because physically, till we interact with someone who has that virus, we don't get it. So once we're locked at home, we are physically protected. But emotionally, we are not protected just because we're locked at home. Because vibrations, they don't get blocked by doors and walls. So what's happening in the current scenario? The global vibration, that means the global collective energy of the planet, is fear and anxiety, because most of us believe that fear and anxiety is normal. Because we have lived our life believing that our thoughts and feelings are dependent on situations. So whenever there is a situation, it may be our small crisis. For a child, it could just be an exam. That's their situation. It could be somebody's behavior. So situations and people's behavior, we respond. We respond to every situation and every person's behavior. But do we consciously choose our response or just automatically react to the situation? If we automatically react to the situation, then our emotion is dependent on the energy of the situation, which means if the situation is perfect, I'm happy. If people are perfect, I'm very happy. But if the situation is not the way I want it to be, then I get disturbed. I may create stress, I may create anxiety, I may create anger, I may create fear, I may create jealousy. And when I create these emotions, I believe that it's normal. And I say, I'm feeling like this because of. So we create the emotion and we blame the situation or people around us for the way we feel. This is a victim way of living. Victim way of living, why? Because I'm emotionally dependent, which I believe. It's not the truth, but I believe that I'm emotionally dependent on the people and situations. And most of us have lived our life that way. And that's why we labeled a lot of negative emotions as natural. So stress, anxiety, fear was labeled normal. The effect that it had on our body, diabetes, hypertension, we labeled as normal. It created conflict in our relationships, we labeled that as normal. Some of us got into addictions, we labeled that as normal. So we labeled a lot of uncomfortable things as normal because we were reacting to the situation. So as is the energy of the situation, so will be the energy of my mind and my words. And while we were living our lives that way, there came this COVID-19, the virus. And now this was a situation which was not personal, not city, not country, but a global situation. And probably for the first time in history. And because it was a global situation, we got a global reaction. And almost everyone who knows about it is thinking and talking the same and saying fear and anxiety is normal. To begin with, it just started with a little, but because it's been over a month now, that fear is sinking in and it's becoming a predominant emotion for a lot of people. Anxiety is troubling a lot of people. Some people are having problems with sleeping. Others are having problems with their overthinking. And this has also started affecting mental health cases in some families, which means if there was someone who was on the borderline of depression, then their depression escalates. If there was someone who was already going treatment, theirs has escalated because of the collective vibration in the environment. Now, most of us are staying at home, but we have a responsibility. We all want to do something to heal the planet. And we say, but I'm not a doctor, I'm not a police officer, I'm not an administrator, so I can't go out and do anything. In fact, I cannot even go out, I have to be at home. So what can I do? What each one of us can do is to start creating and radiating healing energy for the planet. And each one can do that. And when we do that, the first person who will be protected will be me, myself. Then my vibrations radiate to those around me, energizes them, energizes the energy of the vibrations of the house, and then ripple effect city, country, and the planet. And which means there is a crisis outside. We know it. It's a reality. But what are we going to create inside is our choice. And we're going to shift from a vocabulary which says fear is normal to a thought process and a vocabulary which says I am fearless, I'm confident, I'm certain, I'm safe, I'm protected, and I know I have a beautiful future. Now, this is a vocabulary. To begin with, we will have to just speak it out. But once we begin thinking and speaking that way, within a week, 10 days, we will start feeling that way. And when we think and speak a high vibration vocabulary, we will start changing our destiny. The collective vibration of the planet is low right now. Let's say approximately, this is just a figure. Let's say, suppose it's at 20, the frequency. And if me in my own mind is around 30, then this vibration of the planet is going to have an effect on me because there are millions of people here at this frequency of 20. And if I'm at 30 or 40, it'll pull me down. But if I want to save myself and I want to change the world, then I will have to go here. Which means if the global vibration is at 20, I will need to go at 60, 70, 80, or even higher. When I'm higher up, energy doesn't flow from lower to higher. It's going to flow from higher to lower. So the negative or the pain vibrations will not deplete me, but my pure, powerful, high frequency vibrations will start energizing people. So this is how it's going to happen. And then we will start creating healing energy on the planet. The planet needs healing energy, and healing energy is a high vibration energy. Suppose, as an individual, suppose the body is not well. We all know that if physically the body is not well, we need a very peaceful, powerful mind to heal the body. If we are stressed and anxious, the process of healing slows down. We know this, and that happens for one individual. Now look at the planet. The planet is not well, which means collective energy is of pain, disease, a lot of death. So what does the planet need? The planet needs a powerful mind, and which means the planet needs powerful minds. If the minds of the planet are powerful, then the healing is going to happen faster than what we are predicting. It's going to be faster. It's like a scientific prediction. If a doctor says that, okay, you will take 10 days to recover from this ailment, For someone, the doctor says you will take 2 years to recover from this injury. But if the person's mind is powerful, they defy the medical prediction, which means the doctor says 2 years and they'll be up and perfect in 1 year because a powerful mind. But if the doctor says you'll be fine in 1 year, but if the mind is stressed, then it can be 2 years and the person still doesn't come to normal life because the person doesn't believe, the person is not happy, the person's not radiating the right energy. So right now, the planet needs very, very powerful minds. And if we're all going to create those powerful minds, we are going to change the prediction made by people around us who are in those roles. Their predictions are right. Their predictions are right. The predictions of the government, administrators, healthcare professionals, their predictions are right. But their predictions are based on our current state of mind. If we change our state of mind, the prediction will change. So huge responsibility of each one of us staying at home. And which means from today, we will start a new vocabulary. Most of us know 2, 3, 4 languages. Let's start a new language. And the language will be high vibration thoughts and high vibration words. We all know what are low vibration words, and we all know what are high frequency words, which means words of calm, peace, compassion, care, love, acceptance, cooperation, self-respect, health, miracles, life. These are high vibration words. Low vibration words, crisis, stress, anxiety, fear, rejection, despair, uncertainty of the future, insecurity. These are low vibration words. They may be a reality. They are a reality right now, but we are not going to think and speak the reality. Why? We need to know the equation, how it works. Most of us have heard this line, Sankalp se Siddhi, which means thoughts manifest. We have heard of the law of attraction. Many of you may have read the book, The Secret. It's time to use it. It's time to create our miracles. The thoughts manifest. Thoughts become reality, which means don't look at the reality and create your thoughts. Create those thoughts, what you want reality to be. And we want reality to be happiness, calm, peace, normalcy, health, and a beautiful world. That's the reality we want. And so that's how we're going to think and speak. So our language, which is a high vibration language, which we use in our prayers, our meditation, our affirmations, our blessings, these are all high vibration lines. Now, because we need to heal the planet, we cannot use those high vibration lines only during our meditation and prayer, but that will have to be our language of thinking and speaking. How to create a high vibration language, which means how to change my way of thinking. First and foremost, complete restriction from consumption of content from media. The first month, we needed a lot of information. We didn't know what it was all about. We didn't know how we are supposed to take care of ourselves. So we kept on watching, reading, listening to everything that was coming. Now we know it all. Now we only need to take care. We know it all, what we have to do. But now our responsibility is to take care, not just by washing hands and the mask, but to take care by sanitizing the mind. Many of us are protected physically, please remember, but many of us are getting affected emotionally and even mental health issues. So we really need to take care of mind and body both. So now we will start sanitizing the mind, which means first and foremost, let's completely stay away from the news. The role of the media is very important. They're working very hard, tirelessly, again out there in high-risk situations, because their role is to give the data to the world and the information. They're playing their role perfect. Our role is to create high vibration thoughts, so we cannot keep consuming that data so much. So if we want to know about the world, what's happening in the world, just 5 minutes is all it takes. 5 minutes to get information about the world. 5 minutes, and that to print media, which means just read it, because print media will have least impact. Then is the audio, and then is the visual. So let's consume information 5 minutes in a day from print media. That's as far as the news is concerned. Now, other content consumption. Many of us are at home. Many of us have a lot of time. And sometimes because we have too much of time, we are addicted to our phones and TV and laptops and iPads. Now, we may not be consuming information about COVID, but we are consuming a lot of other information, which means movies, OTT platforms, serials, social media, watching, reading, listening. We need to remember the source of our thoughts is what we watch, read, listen. Thoughts are created based on what we watch, read, listen. So if we want to change our thoughts and emotions, we have to check what we watch, read, listen. So I may not watch the news, but if I'm watching crime shows, violent movies, suspense, hatred, anger, criticism, then I am consuming low vibrational content. And if I'm consuming low vibrational content, then I'm coming down here. And if I'm coming here, I'll get pulled down by the world vibration. So this is the time to really take care from what's the content we are consuming from the world, from media and social media. So be very, very strict, especially at home. We really need to take care what's going on television, and children really need to take care. These are not normal times. Even in normal times, we have to take care what we consume, because now with having all our episodes on our iPad, it's very easy to just go on and on and on. You don't need to wait for 24 hours or next week to watch the next episode. But that's where it gets very risky, because you are overdose consumption of content. So this is not the time to consume that kind of a content. First thing in the morning, keep at least 30 minutes of the morning to begin the morning with consuming consciously very pure and positive content, at least 30 minutes, which means a good book, not a story book, not fiction, but a self-improvement book, a spiritual talk, a spiritual songs, anything which has all high energy words. Watch, read, or listen for at least 30 minutes in the morning. Then in the house, we could have high energy words playing in the morning, like bhajan, kirtan, om dhvani, chanting, anything just playing in the background. Let it just play in the house, because we need to energize everyone's minds and the vibrations of the home. So this first 30 minutes in the morning is very important. And of course, another 30 minutes to take care of the body. So 30 minutes for the mind, 30 minutes for the body. We will create a few affirmations today. So let your morning thought begin with the affirmation. And affirmation is a thought which I want to be in reality. The first thought when you wake up can be a thought of gratitude. Gratitude is a very high vibration energy. We normally do not create gratitude for things which are perfect, because we take it for granted. It's perfect. So even a simple thing like you have water in the tap, you will never say thank you for that. No thank you to nature, no thank you to environment, no thought of gratitude. But even if 5 minutes there is no water, there's a lot of complaining. So there are two Hindi words, shukriya, shikayat. Gratitude, complaining. Complaining low vibration, gratitude high vibration. If we create energy of gratitude every day, we will never complain, even if things are not our way. So let's begin our morning with gratitude. Gratitude to the supreme power, God. gratitude to the family, gratitude to your mind and body for being perfectly healthy, gratitude to everyone who's working out there tirelessly, gratitude to the world. First few thoughts of gratitude, then thoughts of affirmation, and then 30 minutes in the morning, study. Watch, read, listen, pure, powerful, positive content. Now, this is the way to energize yourself first thing in the morning. Then around every hour or 2 hours, every hour ideally right now, pause for 20 seconds and repeat the affirmation. Because just doing it once in the morning is not going to be enough, because we are surrounded by the opposite conversations. So we have to repeat the affirmation every hour for 20 seconds. It only takes 20 seconds. Then the last thing before going to sleep. Most of us sleep enough, but many of us don't sleep right. And sleep right means we do not silence our mind before we go to sleep. We do not slow down our mind before we sleep. So we're thinking so much during the day, and then just before going to sleep, we do nothing here and we just fall off to sleep. As a result, the body sleeps for the next 6 hours, but the mind is thinking even at night. And that is what does not allow the mind to energize or the body to heal. So sleeping right is very important. This is also the time where we can create a lifestyle change and we can start sleeping early. For the last decade or 2 decades, there's been a huge shift in our sleep cycle. A lot of children have started believing that I study better at night. This is a belief system because you haven't experimented with the other way. At night, we are not at our best efficiency here. It's like a blotting paper. The mind is like a blotting paper. When we wake up in the morning, the blotting paper is clean. Absorption power is highest. First 2 hours, our absorption power is highest. Now, even if you wake up late because you slept late, so suppose you wake up at, I don't know, but 9, 10, 11, 12, whatever time, and then by 2, 3, 4, your blotting paper will start getting saturated. Now you start studying at night, which means you woke up at 12 o'clock in the afternoon or 11 o'clock in the morning, and then you start studying late evening. And then you're going to study through the night or late into the night. Your blotting paper was saturated. You have silence. Many people feel that I have silence. There's no distraction, so I can study better. So you have silence outside, but here there is no silence. So the concentration power, it will take longer to absorb and to understand later in the evening when the blotting paper is full, rather than early morning when the blotting paper is clean. It's a shift. We will have to experiment with the shift. It will take a few days for the mind, brain, body to shift to a different cycle, but it's going to be a very healthy habit for a lifetime. For a lifetime. Nature has a way of working. It's not that we have to sleep and so we can sleep 6 hours anytime out of the 24 hours. That's now how it's meant to be. Everything is in a cycle. People who are not going according to the cycle of nature, later on in their life, it sometimes shows up with consequences. And so you see so many of our health issues today in very young age is a lot to do with our lifestyle. And a major part of that is our sleeping cycle. The best time to sleep, according to medical science, is 10 in the night. 10. And the best time to wake up, it is between 4 and 5. Our intuition power, our creativity, our absorption power is highest between 4 and 5. So 10 to 4, 5 is about 6 to 7 hours of perfect sleep. Perfect for the mind and perfect for the body. So for those of you who would like to shift, lockdown period is the best time to work on creating a different sleeping pattern. Now, just before going to sleep, Let's not just fall off to sleep. That vocabulary is not right. We have to slow down and gradually go to sleep. So at least an hour before sleeping, we need to cut off from media, social media, and very important, from work-related communication. Work-related communication. Because if we are thinking till we go to sleep, then after that only the body sleeps, the mind's got content to think about. So even if we go through emails and messages just before going to sleep, then it's there on our mind. And then stress can be on our mind even while we are sleeping, and that does not heal the body. So at least an hour before sleeping, cut off from work communication, cut off from movies and serials, and last 15 minutes before sleeping, again, watch, read, listen, whatever you like, but it has to be very, very pure and positive. So that the last layer of information that will go in will be high energy words. And if the last layer of information is high energy words, then while you sleep, that high vibration vocabulary will go into your subconscious. And that high vibration energy will radiate to your body for 6 hours. Healing of the body is going to be better. These are secrets for perfect health of mind and body. So 15 to 20 minutes before sleeping, consume very pure positive content. Just before going to sleep, we will repeat our affirmations. Whatever's been on your mind during the day, either write it out, pray, meditate, say it here up above, but take it out. Do not sleep with any clutter on your mind. If there's anything troubling you, write it out, but do not sleep with clutter on your mind. That would not be good for the mind and the body. So these two timings are very crucial. First hour in the morning and last hour in the night. Now the affirmation which we created in the morning, every hour we will repeat it for about 20 seconds because we are changing our programming here. And last thing is our diet. Diet is a very crucial part, not just of physical health, but emotional health also. As far as possible, especially during this time, which means till there is a global vibration of fear and anxiety, and you want to protect yourself from fear and you want to be peaceful inside, experiment with a vegetarian diet. Because a non-vegetarian diet is carrying a vibration of fear and anxiety. You see, we all know how it is like. The animal in the slaughterhouse, what's the emotion? It's anger, it's hurt, it's pain, it's fear, it's helplessness, then it's violence, then it's death, and then that's the vibration of our food. So fear and anxiety should not be the vibration of our diet, at least now. So experiment for a couple of months with the vegetarian diet. Anyways, doctors have been telling us that for a high immunity system, we need to be having an alkaline diet. So vegetarian is an alkaline diet, and vegetarian also light food, a lot of raw food. So shifting towards an alkaline diet from an acidic diet, that will help us with our immunity system and also keep our vibrations very high of the mind and the body. It's a good time because most of us are having home cooked food, which is again very, very good for our mind and body both. Let's all experiment with cooking. So the children should also be a part of the cooking. Those who've never learned cooking, this is the best time to learn cooking. Experiment new things, experiment new menus, new dishes, cook together or take responsibility of cooking at least one meal for your family every day. So cooking is a very powerful method by which we can energize the food for the family. Now in the kitchen, again, like you're playing high energy songs in the house, have high energy songs playing in the kitchen throughout the day. In fact, they can play 24 hours because the water, the fruits, the vegetables, the pulses, everything needs to be energized. That's how food is cooked in temples. That's how langar is cooked in gurdwaras. And that's why it's called prasad. It's called langar. That's high energy food. So what is the difference between the prasad we get in the temple and the food we cook at home? That's cooked in a very pure state of mind. They have pure, powerful songs and bhajans playing while the prasad is being cooked. So we can do the same thing at home, because right now, the water of the city, the food, the vegetables, fruits, everything is vibrating with fear and anxiety because it's in the air. And when it's in the air, it's absorbed by the water, fruits, and the vegetables. So we should not consume it as it is. We need to energize it. Like we're taking care of washing it, we also need to take care of washing the vibrations and changing the energy of what we are consuming. So have high energy songs playing in the kitchen or chanting or bhajan in the kitchen. The person who is cooking for the family should be in a very calm, peaceful state of mind. So it's the responsibility of the family now, especially for those who are cooking on their own, that the family should be very cooperative, have simple food, not too many demands from the person who is cooking, being very appreciative. I have been talking to a lot of families who are having conflict only over the meal because there are complaints about the food in spite of the fact that one person has put in a lot of time, energy, and effort cooking for the family. So food is not about only taste. Food is about energy. So when that plate is there before you, and you even say one line of grumble or complain about the food, you've depleted the energy of the food. Don't eat it. Wait, pause, change your thought. Gratitude, up above, gratitude to the person who cooked it. Then energize it with your affirmation and now have it. Don't complain about food. Don't grumble about food. Don't complain about the person who's cooking for you, because then they are not going to cook with very happy minds. And if they don't cook with happy minds, then we will not have happy minds at home. The minds of people in a family are largely dependent on the cooking happening in the kitchen. In Hindi is a very powerful line, jaisa an, vaisa man. As is the vibration of the food, so is the vibration of the mind. Jaisa pani, vaisi vani. As is the vibration of the water, so is the vibration of the words we speak. So the mind of the person cooking the food has to be very happy, powerful, have simple meals, but energized meals. That has to be the criteria. Taste cannot always be the criteria. Right now, we need healing energy. Very, very important, not only now, but always. In fact, it should be a culture at home. No television and no mobiles while having your meal. Because what is going on across the screen will also influence the vibration of what you eat and thereby influence your emotional health and physical health. So make it a culture of the family. It just takes about 10-15 minutes to eat. No television, no iPad, no phones, no technology, no gossip, no arguments, no problem discussion during meals. Mealtime in silence or mealtime with happy conversations. Just remember, whatever you're thinking and speaking is getting absorbed by the food, and whatever is the energy of the food is going to be the state of mind. So only silence or happy conversations. And when we begin our meal, we were all taught as kids to pray before we eat. How many of us do that 3 times a day? So it's time to create that habit. Just before you begin, pause for 10 seconds, say your prayer, and then say that affirmation to the food, which means energize your food with that affirmation. So what we are doing is the same set of thoughts, which would be about 5 to 6 thoughts, but the same set of thoughts in the morning, every hour repetition, every meal, every glass of water, every cup of milk, tea, coffee, and then the same thoughts before going to sleep. So repeated pattern of the same way of thinking about 20 times a day will overwrite the earlier normal thoughts of fear and anxiety. So it's like a sheet of paper which has a black circle. If we want to overwrite it, we have to draw 5 white circles for this black circle to disappear. So to finish off those low vibrations, I have to repeat my high vibration thoughts many times in a day. And it doesn't take too much time, just 20 seconds. But 20 seconds will create miracles over here. For children, this will keep you very silent and peaceful inside. This will increase your concentration power. This will increase your willpower. You will not get distracted by things around you. This will give you the strength to even overcome any kind of peer pressure. And this will definitely keep you very sorted and centered inside, because you're changing your thoughts and words to a high energy vocabulary. So first thing in the morning, 20 seconds every hour, 20 seconds before we eat, drink. Please remember, every meal, every glass of water, every cup of milk, tea, coffee, and just before we go to sleep. So on an average, about 20 times in a day. If we create the same thoughts, just 5, 6 thoughts, 20 times in a day, within a week, which means by next Sunday, if you do it every day the right way, then by next weekend, your thought pattern would have changed. That's for sure, at least in that specific affirmation which you do, which means we will shift from fear and anxiety to being very confident, calm, very sure of our future. And once we start thinking right, now we will create that vibration and manifest it. So to be able to manifest the reality we want, we will have to start thinking that reality and visualizing it. So sankalp se siddhi, thoughts manifest. Sankalp se srishti, our thoughts create our world. So we need to create healing energy on the planet. So our every thought and word would have to be a healing energy vibration. So it's very simple. The only thing to do it is start practicing immediately. Taking a little care at home, because maybe it's for the first time for most of us that it's been over a month and we are together 24/7 with not going out at all. This has become a little tough for some people who had never done it before. So it's time to understand each other and remember, we are responsible for the health of every family member. And to keep our family members healthy, we have to keep the vibration of the house very high, and which means we cannot afford arguments, snapping at each other, getting angry, shouting, having a fight, stopping communication. All these so-called normal ways of living will not work right now, because we do not know who in the house will get affected by those energies. Please remember, this is not the time for the so-called normal behaviors. This is a time to understand each other, to accept each other. If one reacts, the other one has to keep quiet. This is all a process of taking care of each other. Two people having an argument might not get affected, but their argument and their depleting vibrations can affect somebody else in the family. So the energy of the house has to start from here. So take care of each other. If one is a little upset and says something, other person just has to keep quiet and say, okay, few minutes, now silence, they'll be fine. And just give it. Our egos will have to be here now, because priorities are happiness, health, and normalcy. So our egos cannot overpower our relationships right now. And take care that each one is having a set routine. It's very important. Just because we are at home, it doesn't mean our routines can go all upside down. It will have to be the same set sleeping patterns, waking up, same time, same habits, lifestyle habits. They have to be same how we do it daily, and helping each other with taking care of the house. Maybe many of us have never done it before, but then that's what it's all about. Being with each other, cleaning, mopping the utensils, the khana, the food, everything. Everyone needs to do it together, because it's going to take a little long. If we just pressurize 1 or 2 people of the house to do it every single day, they've already done it for more than a month. We are responsible for their mind and their body. So for them, for ourselves, for our families, we will do everything together. So sharing, caring, and cooperation and accepting each other's behaviors needs to be the priority at home. And then we will sail through these times beautifully, beautifully, with ease. And this situation is going to build emotional resilience for many of us. And when we come out of this lockdown, we are going to come out stronger, very clear. We don't have to think what will the future be, because the future will be what we want it to be. Each one of us is going to create our future and thereby affect the future of the planet. So start visualizing your future, start creating it here, start seeing it every day, and very soon you will see it here. Sankalp se siddhi, thoughts manifest. So only take care of our thoughts. Destiny will be taken care of. At the end of our question and answers, we will do those few affirmations, and you can add what you want to it in your personal life. But the vocabulary of affirmation is what you want reality to be. Say that it is already there. It is a reality now. So we will do it at the end, and then we will post it on the Facebook so that you don't need to write it now, but you have a copy with you and you can do it every day. For example, if you get scared, then the affirmation will be, I am fearless. I am fearless, I'm confident. If you ever have a thought, what if this happens to me? Then the affirmation is, my body is perfect and healthy and will always be. The same thought for the family, the same thought for the planet. Any insecurity about job or business, when we create a thought, my job is safe, my business is safe, and then visualize a target for your organization, collectively start doing it, and very soon you will see it becoming a reality. So we'll do those affirmations now in a few minutes. Thank you so much. Om Shanti.
Thank you so much, Sister Shivani. That was amazing, very informative, very inspiring, very motivational. I personally learned so much, the power of the mind, how important mental hygiene is along with physical hygiene during these times, how the content we consume is so important, what we feed our minds. We should sleep between 10 to 4 to optimize and practice that during these times. Vegetarian alkaline diet. You spoke of, manifestation and using affirmations to manifest what we want in our lives. The power of gratitude, and the importance of energizing our foods and appreciating the person who's cooking the food for us. The importance of maintaining high energy in our house, and how it's each of our responsibilities to do that. Thank you so much for reminding us of all of this. We are very grateful. And now we'll take some questions. If anyone has any questions, please do write. I have one right here. It comes from one of our administrators. He wants to ask, how can we as educators help young people combat stress that youngsters experience to perform and fulfill parental aspirations?
The easiest way to help somebody overcome stress is first to not create stress yourself. That is fundamental. So as parents or as administrators, educators, teachers, what happens for a child is they are probably surrounded by a lot of energy of stress around them. So the pressure multiplies because there is an energy of stress around them. So the first thing to be able to ease and slow down their minds is to have very positive energy around them. So the biggest contribution that we can make is to be very calm and peaceful here always, because our mind is not dependent on situations. And so this lifestyle that we talked about today, this can continue as our normal, natural lifestyle, and you will see a lot of difference over here. Second, again, our vocabulary. Our vocabulary is now a lot of comparison with other people. Why pressures are very high? Because we're not living our lives. We are living our lives in reference to other people's lives. That's when the pressure gets very high, because it's always about me in reference to somebody else. So once we quit the comparison race, we will perform to the best of our capacity. Comparison and competition will always deplete our capacity. Even in a race, which is actually a competition, but even in a race, at the starting point, we are taught, don't look here and here, look straight. Don't look this side. Just look straight and run, or look straight and swim, which means focus only on yourself. And if you focus only on yourself, you will perform more than your capacity. But if I look at other people's performance and then I create either a superiority, inferiority, insecurity thoughts, then I deplete my capacity. So if parents and educators motivate children to perform according to their capacity and no comparison with other people, that will ease out. And for children to be able to be stress-free, content consumption. Content consumption. When we were in school, we didn't have that much of content. We in fact had hardly anything of it. And so stress was not a part of our vocabulary. Stress was only in physics. It was never in the mind, because we didn't have internet, we didn't have phones, we didn't have television. So when there was lesser content going in, there was nothing much to take care of here. Now there's too much of content. So we need to take care what to consume, how much to consume, remembering that whatever is going in is creating your emotional health. So if you're going to consume content of stress, anxiety, anger, hatred, then it's not possible to be calm, peaceful. It's like eating junk food but wanting to be healthy. A little difficult. So just take care of the content. Most of the work will be done there. We are what we watch, read, listen. So just put this up there in your room. We are what we watch, read, listen. And add 30 minutes of pure content consumption in the day. It will help you.
Sister Shivani, somebody wants to know, how do I help a child with addictions during this time?
Addiction, not just during this time, but any time. An addiction is a sign of dependency. It's a dependency where my feeling good is dependent on something outside. It could be a substance addiction. It could be a technology addiction. It could be an addiction to a person. I find the need to talk to the same person again and again. Some people are addicted to shopping. So addiction could be a lot of things. Addiction means dependency on something to feel good, is a sign that the mind needs empowerment. So first, don't work on the addiction, because till we energize this, we cannot remove the dependency from there, because right now that dependency is what is making them feel good. So first we need to strengthen the mind, empower the mind, those little things that we've discussed today, give them some time. And once they are empowered, their addiction will go away on their own. We don't have to do anything for them to give up that addiction. We only have to take care of their mind. If there are any issues which are troubling them, anything uncomfortable here will make it a little difficult for the addiction to go away. So addiction is only two reasons. One, not very happy with the self, and two, peer pressure. Peer pressure is where a lot of addictions start with. So for the ability to be able to be happy and contented with the self, again, no comparison. If my self-respect is dependent on public opinion, so I need people to say that I'm a nice person, I need people to approve of me, then I do a lot of things only because people asked me to do it. The parents will have to finish the sanskar first from themselves, because the parents' sanskars radiate to children. Public opinion is not the way to lead our life. Suggestions, feedback, yes, but not people should approve of me and that's why I lead my life a specific way. Simple things, from what we wear, what we eat, how we live, what we buy. So many of these decisions are all influenced by what is everybody else doing. लोग क्या कर रहे हैं, लोग क्या पहनते हैं, लोग क्या खाते हैं, लोग कैसे पार्टी करते हैं, लोग कैसे घूमते हैं. Everything is influenced by public opinion. If everything is influenced by public opinion, then I cannot handle peer pressure. I will not, because then I will do what other people, my friends, are doing. So addiction starts largely also for children, especially because of peer pressure. So if self-esteem is grounded in the family, if we are not dependent on public approval, we don't need people to say we are nice for us to feel good, then children will not go towards anything only because their friends are doing it. That cannot be the reason. So only two reasons. Either disturbed minds will create a dependency or peer pressure. But even if you have somebody who is addicted, start using affirmations for them. So which means they can also say affirmations, and as a parent, we can also do it for them. Powerful being, because dependency. So we have to create an affirmation. Powerful beings can think, speak, and do only what they like. And if it's a substance addiction, then we will put an affirmation there. They eat and drink only high vibrational meals, water, tea, coffee. That's it. They eat and drink only high vibration nutrients, which means it automatically removes the other things from their diet. So they eat and drink only high vibrational meals. So just put these 3 lines in their affirmation, but you'll have to do it for some time. And if they can do it themselves, results will be faster. So if they agree to do it themselves, results will be faster.
Great. Thank you, Sister Shivani. Somebody here wants to know how to be patient and ignore people criticizing you for every small things during the day. How do I handle other people patiently?
First and foremost, people are not criticizing us. Criticizing is their nature. It's their nature. They are not very happy inside. So when somebody is not happy inside, then criticism and complaining becomes nature. So that's their nature. When they say something, you only have to create one thought. Don't create this thought, they are criticizing me. The minute we say they are criticizing me, that's when we consume their energy of criticism. And when we consume their energy of criticism, then we will create hurt here. Even if you want to say the word criticizing, just say they are criticizing. Full stop. Not criticizing me. It's their nature. And within a few days, just understand that this mind is not happy. It's like someone's unwell. So they are emotionally unwell. So they don't find anything nice in us. Sometimes they don't find anything nice in anybody around them. So then finding faults, saying it aloud is normal for them. Someone's not well. Our responsibility, protect ourselves from the infection, and which means don't say they're criticizing me. Just say, I understand. They're not happy inside. So do like this. You first protect yourself. Once you're protected, then your high vibration radiates to them. And gradually that will become their healing energy. But if we create hurt, then our energy of pain radiates to them. And if our energy of pain radiates to them, then they will go lower in their vibrational frequency. So take care. We cannot afford to get hurt with people who are not happy with themselves. And just remember, it's not about you, it's about them. It's just their programming here of criticism.
Somebody wants to know how can they focus better during meditation? How can they concentrate better during meditation?
One is to learn meditation, because sometimes we think meditation only means just sit and close our eyes and stop thinking. But that's not true, because the mind cannot stop thinking. It's the nature of the mind to think. But what happens in meditation is we consciously choose what to think and we think less. So that's meditation. So you can learn meditation first, because if you just try to become thoughtless, it won't happen. And because it won't happen, you will feel that you're not able to meditate. So it's not about being thoughtless. So you can learn meditation, and along with meditation, you will have to take care during the day. Why most of us are not able to focus? Because during meditation, we want our mind to be calm and peaceful. During the day, we are our normal stress, anxiety, every lower vibration. And then we expect next morning the mind suddenly to be calm only when we change the way we are sitting and thinking we are meditating. There's no switch here which can go on and off like this, that now overthink, now stop thinking. It won't happen. So meditation or prayers is not about 20-30 minutes. It's about the way we are throughout the day. So if you want to have a good meditation, you will have to think right throughout the day. If you think right throughout the day, then tomorrow your meditation will be better than today. And this is a gradual cycle. So it's about a meditative way of living. It's not a meditation of a few minutes. It's about a meditative way of living, which means thinking right, and thinking right will mean thinking less. Thinking less. So you start meditation, but then you take care during the day, and then your meditation practice will automatically get better day by day.
Sister Shivani, I have a question actually. Is there a lesson in this crisis? The earth seems to be healing, pollution is less, water is cleaner. Do you think when this is over, we'll go back to our mindless consumption, to our mindless ways? Do you think we'll contain all the lessons that we are learning today and we'll carry them forward after all this is over? Is there a lesson for us here?
It can't be a generalized statement because everyone's going to choose how they're going to go back. But one very important lesson from this is to prioritize your life right, especially for all our parents here. What's happened for the last couple of decades is we have made work our life. You know, work is a part of life, but we made work our life and everything else became secondary. So if somebody said, why don't you learn meditation? We said, we have no time. If someone said, why don't you exercise? We said, we definitely will do it the day we have time. Family, if we were able to just fit in between, but it was work, work, work. And because we have technology, even when we are sitting at home, in our minds, we are at work. We are at work. So work became our life. What lessons we need to learn from here is when there is a situation, it's only going to be a powerful mind and a healthy body who will be able to handle a crisis. So that's the most important lesson from here. So our priorities need to be right. Mind, body. So even before you exercise the body, you have to energize the mind, because there are many people who exercise daily, but they don't take care of their minds. Then also the body is not healthy because lifestyle, emotional lifestyle. So mind healthy, body healthy, relationships taken care of, and then work. 4 balancing ways of leading a life. So if that's what we do when we come out of this lockdown, then life is never going to be the same again. It's going to be different from what we were before this lockdown. And when we are happy and contented here, then simplicity in life will automatically happen. Don't expect people to use the resources less and lead simple lives unless they are happy and contented here. If I'm not happy and contented here, I need more and more and more to feel good. That gratification just comes from more and more. So I need to buy more clothes, more gadgets, more, everything I need more, because within a few days, I'm already bored with what I have. And also I compare with what other people have. That's the reason why we are buying and consuming so much, and that's taking a toll on the planet. But if you're contented here, then you will only buy what is necessary. Necessity will become your criteria of buying, not peer pressure, and definitely not boosting self-respect. Oh, I have this, I have more than this. This is because these reasons will not allow us to lead a simple life. So simplicity will have to start first from here. So at least make that morning 1 hour a part of your lifestyle, even after this lockdown. And so you will take care of your mind for 30 minutes, take care of your body for 30 minutes, and mind healthy, body healthy. We are calm, better relationships, excellent at work. This will automatically happen. And then we will use lesser resources. So we are healing the planet. And planet is not only about resources. Planet is about vibrations that we radiate to the planet. When we create so much of stress and anger and aggression in the world, what is the energy we radiate to the planet? That is not even visible energy, but we're not radiating good energy to the planet that time. So a lot of learning from here.
Thank you so much, Sister Shivani. We would now like to do a meditation with you. How do we go about that?
See, we won't call it meditation because most of us have not learned meditation, and many of us, because we've not learned it, we believe that it's very difficult, though it's not, but still. So meditation is all about creating an affirmation and visualizing it. And when we create a thought and we visualize it, that starts creating a feeling, and that's what starts getting programmed here. Today, we will do a meditation only about the self. So it's only a self-programming. But otherwise, the meditation we do is also about connecting to the higher power. But today, we'll do only for the self. And a very, very important affirmation, which we'll do now, but everybody needs to do many times in the day, in the next few months, every day, many times in the day. That affirmation is, God's power and blessings is a circle of energy around me. And visualize that circle. Draw a white color, golden color, whichever color you like. Draw a circle around you in your mind. God's power and blessings is a circle of white light around me. Nothing can enter into this circle. So two thoughts. God's power and blessings, circle of white light around me. Nothing can enter into this circle. And nothing would mean even low vibrational energy will not enter into this circle. And then circle your family. Circle your organization, circle the country, and circle the planet. Just take the planet like this and draw that white light energy around the planet, and then create an affirmation for a safe, protected planet. So let's sit back, and we will post these affirmations on Facebook. So don't write, don't worry about that. Just let's think it right now first. Just breathe in and out 3 times and relax your body. And as I say these few thoughts, you say it to yourself in the mind. So you start your programming now. And then repeat every hour for a few seconds. And then before you sleep and first thing in the morning. And each time you consume, eat or drink. I am a powerful being. I create my every thought and feeling. I create pure thoughts. I speak the vocabulary of affirmations and blessings. My every thought and word vibrates at a high frequency. I am a powerful being. I am fearless. I have faith and I'm confident. My future is secure. My body is perfect and healthy and will always be. God's powers and blessings is a circle of white light around me. Please draw the circle. God's power and blessings is a circle of white light around me. Nothing can enter into this circle. I'm safe. I'm protected. God's power and blessings is a circle around my family. Draw the circle around each one. My family is safe. God's power and blessings is a circle of white light around the planet. see the globe and encircle it with God's energy, the divine energy. Each mind is peaceful. Each one is healthy. It's a beautiful world. That thing which had come onto this planet has gone forever. It's finished, never to come again. My world is safe, protected, and will always be. Om Shanti. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sister Shivani. That was wonderful. Thank you so much for everyone who joined us today. I indeed felt the power and the peace of Sister Shivani's words. And may God bless us all. May God bless the world. And thank you so much. We have recorded this session, and in case you missed parts of it, they're available on YouTube and on Facebook. And the wonderful affirmations will also be available on our Facebook page. So thank you so much, Sister Shivani, for joining us. We're really grateful and honored to have you.
Thank you so much. Om Shanti.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. And I'd like to extend a special thank you to my brother Nipun for organizing this and being a great support, a technical support, and a support in all ways. And thank you so much for the entire GDGoenka community, all our parents, all our students, and all our friends who joined us today to hear Sister Shivani. We have 2 more sessions coming up as a part of our GDGoenka Uplearn Academy. Please do come for them. One is on fitness and the other one is on nutrition. And we'll be coming up with a whole lot of other sessions in the coming months to help all of us navigate these difficult times together. So thank you so much, and stay safe and stay blessed. Thank you.